Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good week so far. Sorry. Okay, so the article I picked for this week was titled Protect Your Brain from Stress. It is an article from the Women's Health Watch Department over at Harvard. I picked this article because it was from Harvard, if we're being totally honest. You know, Harvard's prestigious, and it looked like it would be a good article, and I was right. Even though this was from the Women's Health Watch Department, it wasn't specifically talking about women. It does state that stress does affect women differently from men, which is no surprise to any of us, I'm sure. The article explains that the effects of stress on the brain. So, whenever you're stressed, your amygdala in your brain is activated. The amygdala is what controls your survival instincts. And so when one part of your brain is activated, it's getting exercise, so to speak, and while the other parts are resting. And so it goes on to explain that if you stay stressed for a really long time, your amygdala is the part of your brain that's constantly getting exercise, and then the other parts of your brain are constantly resting. And so essentially, it would be like working your left arm out every day for however long, and then not working your right arm out. Naturally, your left arm is going to get a lot stronger than your right arm, and it's going to be uneven. And that's the same thing that happens to the amygdala versus your prefrontal cortex and your other parts of your brain whenever you are stressed. So it's very important that we learn how to manage our stress in a healthy way. It goes on to explain just some at-home ways to do this. One of the ways that they suggest is to establish the control over some situation. So, for me personally, this means accepting that I don't have control. I'm a control freak when it comes to grades and school and work and just things that I actually do get stressed out about. And so for me, that means accepting that I don't have control, except for over what I do, do what I can and move on. Sleep, we talked about this the last time we did a discussion. Sleep is everything. You have to get a lot of sleep. Getting organized. Now, what this article kind of meant by that, and this helps me personally whenever I have a lot of homework, is to make a list each morning of all the things that you need to do that day and scratch them off the list. This may seem monotonous, it may seem like it's not going to help, but there is something about scratching an item off the list that genuinely helps me feel better. It also says get help if you need it. I'm sure we could all use some help in this department. And to change your attitude towards stress. I guess that technically means is, take it on as a challenge. Whenever you get stressed out, be like, this is happening again. Versus, breaking down because you're stressed out. Not all stress is bad stress, of course. We get stressed out for a reason. We have things to do. We want to accomplish things. Stress is natural and it is good. What makes stress bad is when it's unpredictable and it lasts a long period of time. And if you don't have support. I think the best thing to do for most people is to allow yourself to be stressed for a certain amount of time and let it stop there and don't let it go past there. I definitely need some work in the stress department. I do not handle stress well, and I think that that's normal for Americans, especially. I was reading an article on France recently, and work is not considered as important over there as it is here, and as a result, they don't struggle with the same stress levels that we do. And I think we need, although we don't live in France, I do think we need to take some advice from them and not care so much. Care to a certain point, care enough so that you don't get fired, care that you get the grades you want, but you stop caring there. Anyway, I hope that this wasn't totally horrible to listen to. Hope everyone's doing okay. Reach out if you need anything. I like to help people.